I tried to stream this a minute ago. It just cut off. It's like I was frozen in time, kind of like the history in these almanacs. I just purchased these off of, well, not just now, but a time or two ago. These came from eBay. I believe you can also get them from Etsy. Haven't gone that route. My first time purchasing vintage almanacs. I'm very excited. Doc, I mean, Professor Baker, you are completely at fault for creating this obsession I have with vintage almanacs. And I cannot tell you in the correct terms how excited I am to open these. Almanacs are a little different than we think today, just a little. I even did a little research paper on some back, just a couple years ago when I was a grown-up college student, and I got to go to an archive at a university, touch them, smell them, wish that they could come home with me, but they didn't. But these did. I bought like 3 things of them. 3. I don't know. I don't know if I got 3 or, oh my God, there's someone there. What are you doing? Go right now. But anyway, I'm so excited. There's so much history in almanacs. You can find out wars that were going on, jokes that people had, advertisements from that time. You can find out train schedules, just any kind of little everyday life history you want to find out. It's here. Let's hope I don't ruin these. So I'm going to open these for the first time, if I can. And I wonder if it's my husband watching, because that would be sad if you're the only. I'm going to guess I wouldn't. That means you love me and support me. Or it could mean you're a stalker. Is there more than one in here? No. What if I accidentally threw away a piece of history? This is the Old Farmer's Almanac from the year of our Lord, 1885. What's in here? New, Useful, and Entertaining Matter by Robert B. Thomas. This is was calculated on a new and improved plan for the year of our Lord, 1885. There's some history why they say year of our Lord and do their little S's like F's or the F's like S's. I can't remember, but I'll get to that someday somehow. So being first after bisextile of leap year and until July 4th, 109th of American independence, fitted for Boston, but will answer for all the New England states. Cool. They also had like different geographic areas where these were. There's like Southern almanacs, ones for New England, some for more specific areas, but they, like this one said, was created for Boston, but it will, not just the massholes, we'll get them all, That was a horrible accent. You're welcome. There's more to come. So there's some writing here. I don't know what it says. Maybe it's by someone really not important. That's the kind of people I like. Just real ordinary people. Oh, I'm like shaking. Let's see. I'm such a nerd. Whoever you are watching. Hopefully I didn't turn my phone on and I'm myself. So it has some calendar stuff in here. Oh yeah, I got to get better at doing this because look at, you just saw my craft mess. Now you keep that between me and you, okay? All right. So I'm holding a piece of history. I'm holding pieces of history. This was in someone's home. They used it pretty much every day. I cannot remember think it was some literature from the Purdue University in Indianapolis. I will have to go back and look, but was quoted as saying that for a time, the almanacs were the most found book in people's homes, only second to the Bible. So these were very, very useful. Again, like civically, nationally, and personally. It's kind of like Reader's Digest, had some funny stuff in there. It does have like eclipses for the year. Says morning and evening stars. Venus will be morning star till May 5th, then evening star the rest of the year. Mars will be evening star till February 11th, then morning star the rest of the year. Jupiter will be morning star till February 19th, evening star till September 8th, then morning star the rest of the year. Saturn will be evening star till June 18th, morning star till December 26th, and then evening star the rest of the year. Mercury, the most favorable times for seeing Mercury in 1885 will be about January 25th, May 24th, September 15th in the east before sunrise, and April 7th, August 5th, and November 30th in the west after sunset. If I knew what any of that meant, I would tell you, but that is dang interesting, I'll tell you. If there are any, space smart people on here watching, I'm sorry, but also maybe you can kind of do a little typing and tell me what all that stuff meant. More predictions. Here's a little, I don't know if you would call it a poem. What is it called when it's just like 4 lines? 4 lines. I'm going to read that. It is by Alaric A. Watts, Alaric. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got a little stud muffin here, right here. Yeah. Just laying around, reading the 4 lines. In the year of our Lord, 1885. How many times am I going to say that? I don't know. Says, with his ice and snow and rime, let bleak winter sternly come. There is not a sunnier clime than the love-lit winter home. Unless you're in Florida, and then it just really is about the same. A little colder, but I guess it's a little reprieve because you don't have all them mosquitoes, biting at you. But it's not really so different. But isn't this cool? There is like literature that may not be published anywhere else, but it's in almanacs because it's amazing. And so are you one person, unless again, that's still just somehow me. If you could like just let your real, that'd be cool. But no worries or issues. Again, if that's you, my love, thank you. So February hath 28 days. I didn't know it hath that. Did you? I did. It's the only month that I know how many days there are. I get them so confused. Like March, that's one that has 31, right? It doesn't seem like March does not seem like it should have 31. And it's probably because it may not, because I'm incorrect on a lot of things. So here's that tidbit of knowledge. I'll read you one more couple lines, doodly do, and then I'll go into something else, maybe open some more. I'm so excited. The earth is so bleak and deserted, so cold the winds blow that no bud or no blossom will venture to peep from below. But longing for springtime, they nestle deep under the snow. A. Proctor, you've got some wise knowledge up in there. I think you're talking about, growing seeds and things. Gosh, there are so many. Let's see. Ooh, there's facts for farmers. I wonder if this has, it's not singlefarmers.com. I'm sorry, guys, if that's what you were here for. Um, Sometimes they have like really like an article or something, like how to be a gentleman or how to be a good housewife, and they're kind of fun to read. These are cool too. It has I'm totally ruining this, different court schools from Vermont, from Connecticut, Superior Court. Ooh, it even has some law terms. I wonder if Mr. Uncivil Law would like this. Do you know that I watch you and I like you? Or your content. I don't really know you. Don't get weird. But it says law terms. A law term for the Commonwealth shall be held at Boston on the first Wednesday of January of each year, which term may be adjourned from time to time to places and times most conducive to the dispatch of business and the interests of the public. And there shall be entered and determined therein questions of law arising in the counties of Barnstable, Middlesex, Norfolk, and Suffolk, and also all questions of law arising in other counties where special provisions are not made thereof. And law terms of said court shall also annually be held as follows. And it has different places. You may hear my child in the background having a good time playing with some toys. So this is interesting because it was, again, away. There's no internet. There's no, I don't know when telephones were invented, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it wasn't now. And you can quote me on that, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and this says it's number 93. I've got number 93. This was a resource for people to know where court was held, when it was held, what times it was open, the courthouse. And again, train schedules, things that you and I may take for granted. There's some construction going on apparently that we can just, kind of clickety clack on the internet. Well, this was their internet. It's a little sad, but not today. Today, it's fun history stuff. All right. Ooh, hints for the household. I'm going to get some information here. How to put the children to bed. All right, I need this one. Not with a reproof for any of that day's sins of omission or commission. What? Take any other time but bedtime for that. Oh, like don't scold them at bed? Is that what those big words are saying? If you ever heard a little creature sighing or sobbing in its sleep, you could never do this. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. Not making a kid cry, although that has happened. Seal their closing eyelids with a kiss and a blessing. Thought it was going to get weird here. The time will come all too soon when they will lay their heads upon their pillows, lacking both. Lacking both what? Eyelids? God, what happened in this time? Let them then at least have the sweet memory of a happy childhood of which no future sorrow or trouble can rob them. And that was by Fanny Fern. Fanny, you're not the only cool Fanny I know. Let's see. What is expected of women? That actually wasn't so bad. Like, don't be a jerk to your kids at bedtime. Tuck them in. Make sure their eyelids are still there and move on. What is expected of women? Well, we're going to find out. Observation has shown me that the majority of men expect a great deal of women. Quotations, whatever. They expect a woman will always be good-natured, will keep the whole house in order, will let nothing be wasted, will bear and be fond fault with, will never find fault, will have the children look neat. Oh, my kids are neat. Will cook 3 meals a day. That's right, DoorDash. Will always have light bread. I mean, I haven't weighed mine, but yeah, I'd say that's right. Will wash and iron. Who does that? There's a dryer. Make and mend, entertain company, and if possible, get along without hired help. Well, that's pretty easy these days since we have to pay people, which is a good thing, which is a great thing, which is an awesome thing. I was giving the school the eye for the slave people that own slaves. Back to women. Yet they do not, as a general thing, exert themselves overmuch to provide her with conveniences, still less with pleasures. I really don't understand that last sentence. So, A.M. Diaz, if you're out there, which I know you're not because you're dead, give me a little comment and explain that situation. Say hello to your mom for me. All right, we're done with that one. First ever. I wonder if I should stop this and just kind of do another. We're having too much fun, aren't we? One guy or gal, or me, or my husband. Oh my God, it's so pretty. I don't know. This one doesn't look as old as the other one. This one, oh yeah, because it is older, because I can do math. This one was from 1885. The Old Farmer's Almanac. You'll notice it's spelled with a CK. CK. And this one, they got to spelling it without that pesky K. And this one's from 1875. Wait a minute. I thought that they spelled it with a K and then changed it to a C. This is an Old Farmer's also. Maybe it's a different region. Maybe we can just ask all kind of really super cool questions about almanacs and answer them, because that's not strange. This one's in really good condition, and it has advertisements on the back. It says Hunt Brothers, general agents for the beautiful Hazelton Brothers and Christine Pianos. Pianos? I don't know where that accent came from or what it is. And Esty Cottage organs. Probably I'm thinking intestines, and that's just not right. Noted for their power, brilliancy, delicacy of touch, sweetness, and purity of tone. That piano will just caress you right out of here. A nice stock of violins, guitars, banjos, accordions, flutes, fifes, harmonics, book and sheet music, piano and organ stools and covers. Also probably something to sit on, not organ related. Would be crappy. Ware rooms, perimeters block. Athol, Massachusetts. Oh yeah, where's this from? I thought someone said something, but yeah, it says Athol, Massachusetts. Is that how you pronunciate that? Guess I'll find out someday. It says Williams and Brown. It must be a different publisher, because this says published by William Ware and Company. Sold by booksellers and traders throughout New England. This one doesn't give any info like that. There's a law of commercial fertilizers. I'm trying to see if there's something kind of funny in here. Again, different court schedules. Where to go? It's a little smelly. Oh, so much more valuable. Cashmere Boutique Soap by Colgate and Corporation. What's the corporation company? Who cares? The novelty and usual strength of perfume of this famous toilet soap have acquired for it immense popularity. That's why it's no longer in existence. Purchaser, deep breaths. Purchasers should assure themselves that every cake bears the name of Colgate and Company, New York, as no other can be genuine. I wonder if it, because surely there's not, I would get really soggy if I were in the toilet. Don't they call them like little urinal cakes? You know, that stuff you kids do your little padiddle on. I'm hoping that's what it's talking about, because if not, this is really interesting. Sorry, I keep looking down there. I'm trying to look at myself, make sure I'm not too beautiful for everyone, because I don't want to overwhelm the masses of the one person there. Again, perhaps my husband, not sure. Perhaps it's still me. A lot more astronomical calculations. Another little 4-line poem thing. Did I not see the changing leaves, brilliant and coloring as the sky, and the reapers binding their golden sheaves? I should say the summer had not gone by. What's a reaper? Like like one time at band camp, I was at boarding school and they made us bushwhack with the death stick. It was a good school. I think that was for fun too. Ooh, look at this. Mark Twain's hints about work. Cool. The days are getting longer and the sun does not set as soon as it did in January. Therefore, farmers have ample opportunity to put in the seed for an early crop of clothespins. Gosh, I don't really understand half of this. Turnips should never be pulled. It injures them. It is much better to send a boy up and let him shake the tree. I thought turnips grew in the ground, so how would you shake it and get it out? Cows in wet and slushy weather should not be allowed to leave their rooms. Otherwise, a sudden attack of influenza might dry up their milk. That's wise, but what accommodations did they give these cows? Did they have down feather pillows? Be careful also not to give them vinegar with their pickles. But then if you don't have vinegar, how is it a pickle? Because isn't that the way you pickle things, is with vinegar? Then it's just a cucumber or whatever. There was something weird that I heard the other day that people pickled. I mean, really weird. And I don't know what it is. So you're welcome. It is evident. Oh, wait. Back to the cows. A simple diet of soup, plain roast beef, and potatoes and rice pudding is the proper thing to make cows thrive. Dang, man. I would have rather been a cow during this time than a woman, right? So it is evident that we are to have a backward season for grain. Yep, it's going to grow right back into the ground. Therefore, it will be well for the farmer to begin setting out his corn and planting his buckwheat cake in May instead of August. And that's got to be a completely different cake than that toilet cake. I would freaking hope. The pumpkin is the only esculent of the orange family that will thrive in the north, except the gourd, and one or two varieties of the squash. But the custom of planting it in the front yard with the shrubbery, not the shrubbery. Oh, I just gleeked, and I can never do that on purpose. Great thing that I did it on national live, one person watching me YouTube. So don't plant that stuff in the front yard next to the shrubbery. Is first going out of vogue. Oh, is fast going out of vogue. So like no more new issues. For it is now generally conceded that the pumpkin as a shade tree is a failure. Didn't have any comebacks, did you, little pumpkin? All right, well, this one is cool. I'm going to read some more. Probably not now. But, I mean, I just can't stop. How does no one else as much as I do? You history buffs out there don't know what you're missing. But I hope you continue to know what you're missing, because I don't want you to buy the almanacs away from me. There's one almanac that I purchased, and I think it might still be in transit. Sure, glad you guys tuned in to learn words from me. Ooh, got some little weird glue stuff on there. Please don't tell me they wouldn't. They couldn't. Getting that eBay sticker off there. You're welcome for your free advertisement to, again, the one person that's still watching. Thank you very much. Again, unless it's my husband, which I still thank you, because, again, you're supportive. And that's a good quality to have, my friend. Wow. I'm more interested in what these people wrapped in. Look at that. They gave me their handy dandy. Oh, I wonder what they put on their new shelf. Maybe some. They wrapped us in some weird paper. What is this stuff? Looks like serial killer paper. It's just a whole bunch of names and numbers. Probably like a purge list, so they might need that back. Oh my God, 1846. Oh, what? It's like the oldest one yet. It is also a farmer's almanac calculated on a new and approved plan for the year of our Lord. Boston, published and sold by Jinks and Palmer, sold also by most booksellers and traders throughout the New England states. New, useful, and entertaining matter. These only came out once a year, so they had to get their getting while they. What does this say? Here's a little angel dude. He's keeping up with his garden. He doesn't pull his turnips out. He shakes that turnip tree right up. Behold, fond man, see here thy pictured life past some few years, thy flowering spring, thy summer's ardent strength, thy sober autumn fading into age, and pale concluding winter comes at last and shuts the scene. That means you're dead. Thompson. Lovely. Thank you, Thompson. That uplifting piece of literature. It's got a little note to the To our readers, to the patrons and correspondents, home questions for the new year. Again, I might do some more of these that just go into specific sections of the almanacs. Let's see. It says college vacations. So this is giving you like your Yelp reviews for the year of our Lord. It's just so freaking cool. You get to see what people are doing. You get to be like a nosy stalker, and it's perfectly acceptable because they're all dead. So, Harvard College, first from the end of the first term, 6 weeks, 2 days from the end of the second term to Friday after commencement, the academical year being divided into 2 terms of 20 weeks each, and beginning of commencement the 4th Wednesday of August. Man, I am not that smart. I was thinking it was, this is embarrassing. I'm glad it's not on the internet because I just assumed it would say, I'm like, hey, Harvard kids, you're next to this. Go to vacation there. But they're telling you when their breaks are and what their college schedule is. Because again, you can't look it up on the internet. So I'm really sorry that I keep saying that like that. No crap, lady. Like, we know that there was no computers in 1846 or 75. Like, we got it, you know? We watch your channel. Wait, still one person. I watch your channel because I know some things. Maybe not everything, but I know that. And I understand, and I'm sorry. So, yeah, your kid goes off to school. You need to know when they'll be back. Just refer to your almanac. Ooh, music books for schools. Lots of different writings. Someone wrote something here. Look how interesting that is. I think it says Hearst, 21, Lowen, Field, Luck, Kudar, 28. That makes sense. Sometimes I write on these. I saw a guy on YouTube. He looks like a, antiques, vintage, whatever, collector, distributor, selling stuff and things. And he found one from New Hampshire. Got some numbers. I think it says worst days or work days. 54, 25. I don't really know, man. This is so cool. But in this person's almanac from the New Hampshire area, which is up in the New Englands. So they wrote like when they would go and visit someone and where they were going, who they were visiting, and same if someone came to their house to visit. It was just kind of cool. Again, like personal history. If you happen to find something cool like that, and I didn't, and someone else bought it, and he sold it for like $100 or more, and it's just a good opportunity in life. There's poetry. Oh yes, railroad schedules. No. For the following valuable table, we are indebted to the Boston Journal. It is compiled from several railroad reports to the legislature of 1843, 44, 45, and believed to be accurate in every particular. It furnishes an interesting and highly gratifying account of the financial condition of these corporations. In 1838, the legislature, is it chur or legislature? That sounded completely different. He published for the use of the members a map exhibiting 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 the railroad routes completed, constructed, and contemplated in this and adjoining states, which, as far as it went, was very correct and useful. Ooh. So it's giving different branches, Charlestown branch, Boston and Maine, the length in miles, the cost, the gross receipts, expenses, new earnings, annual dividends. Again, you may not find this interesting, and if you don't, I don't know what you're doing here, one person. But for those that are also not here, if you're a student, you're doing research papers on American history, American literature, these almanacs are a really great resource for you to get information and maybe even prep. And don't do that, just forget it. It's unique information, true to its time, that may not be accessible anywhere else. Touch and hold something or things that were in people's homes and smell the horrid that they have. So one that I think I have coming actually has a list of slaves. So even though as horrid as that is, it's also pretty informative and interesting, maybe even useful to someone's family history, and again, our American history. So on that note, I'm going to go out with saying, God bless you. Remember 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Everyone keep well, and I hope you'll come back again. Until next time.